The girl dropped her glance down, unconsciously hoping that if she didn't see the UFOs, they would stop existing. She took a long breath, and making as huge leaps as she could do with her little feet, ran back to the streets of the village. Indigo Diaries, Volume 1, God's Food. Mystical Occurrences in a Village by the Lake. Chapter 19. One mysterious Friday, September 1984. The alarm clock rang at 4 a.m. It was time to wake up. Taking a trip to the bigger village named Maryland was planned for the day. Visiting a dentist meant going to a place where they had the medical service available. The pale face of the full moon was still visible in the sky when Emily went out. Her parents had been sending her alone for going through businesses like that since early ages. The girl was walking along the quiet roads, totally wrapped in her thoughts and in the darkness softened by streetlights hanging up on the tops of electrical power poles. Those lights seemed colourful, yellowish, pinkish, greenish, bluish, reddish, purplish, reminding variegated shining air balloons. Though wandering lonely streets at night could hardly be called safe, Emma tried to focus her attention on something more interesting than fears of walking in the dark and fears of going through dental works that she wasn't excited about, same as anyone else wouldn't. Apparently trying to postpone the moment when she had to sit in that chair with open mouth and experience pain, she was looking for some reason to change the route. What if I pop to the beach for a while, just for 10 minutes, and then I'll keep my way to the bus station to go to Maryland? The girl said to herself. She turned to the curvy path leading to the lake, silently praying that no beast or anyone evil would jump out from the shrubs. At that moment, for some reason, Emma already was sure that she had to go there, like some unexplainable power pulled her to the direction using a kind of a magnet. The shore was surrounded with purplish navy blue mist and the water reflected it, glittering here and there. The paysage seemed quite bizarre. An owl crying from the oaks behind the meadow added more to the mixed feelings of caution and curiosity. Emily climbed onto a large boulder, watching the heavens while listening to the waves that were melodically splashing to the granite rocks. Then she petrified and curdled. 2 stars in the sky were moving quickly, changing the angles of their trajectory radically, disappearing and appearing again. In a few seconds, the third one joined them. "But it can't be real," Emma exclaimed, finding herself reaching her arm upwards. "No, can't be real, just can't." The girl dropped her glance down, unconsciously hoping that if she didn't see the UFOs, they would stop existing. She took a long breath, and making as huge leaps as she could do with her little feet, ran back to the streets of the village. The night was in the process of turning into foggy morning gloom. Reaching the bus stop, Emma fell onto the bench, trying not to think about what she had just seen. A tall young man approached her in a while, appearing from the ravine behind the main road. "Hello! No bus yet?" "I haven't seen any since I arrived a quarter of an hour ago." "Is it Friday today? Do you know the transportation schedule for this day of the week?" "Not really." Your face seems familiar to me. Have we ever met before?" Only now Emily lifted her glance from the ground to the guy's face and recognized him. "You are Mr. Fogg, aren't you?" "Yes, miss. Stephen Fogg is standing right in front of your huge green eyes and still trying to realize where have I seen you earlier." "It was a few years ago. You talked to a little girl discussing the sense of human lives." "Geez, I do remember." "Yes, Emily? I could not forget. Nice to hear it," smiled the girl. "Time flies. You look more grown up." "I believe I'm supposed to." "Sure. Sorry. I'm saying something that is obvious. Just didn't expect that we meet today." "Me neither. But you seem no less confused than during our first meeting. Anything happened?" "I even don't know if I shall tell you." "Didn't you feel better after deciding to share with me your trouble that first time?" "I did. You're right, and I'm grateful for your compassion. I'm listening. I've just been to the lake. I can't understand why I went to the shore when it was dark. It felt like something called me there. So I was watching the skies, and I think I've seen some UFOs. 3 stars dancing along the horizon." "How do you know?" "I also saw them on my way here, but thought no one would believe me if I told it to anyone. Must be fate. for us to meet on this bench. At least we had a chance to share it with each other. The bus for Maryland arrived. Emma had to leave Steve as he was waiting for the different one. To meet Mr. Fogg one foggy morning, and to hear that he just had the same kind of strange experience. Skies are making jokes to us again, whispered the girl.
Order now. Available from Amazon and other major book retailers.